So, please bear with me with this. I'm just kind of seeing if this is something that other people would enjoy, that I would enjoy. I've just kind of got the inspiration to make a video just to kind of, as a new outlet, and to kind of open a conversation about disability and what it's like to live with disability and just, manage and go through and live your life with disability. My name's Kyle. I'm 24 and I have cerebral palsy. Um, I used to be in a wheelchair. Um, I was born 8 weeks early, 4 pounds. Was in the hospital 6 weeks after I was born. Um, but then eventually, after they figured out that I had cerebral palsy, I was put in physical therapy and I was in physical therapy. But from when I was 9 months old to right before I turned 18, so right before I left high school, I had physical therapy all the way through during school and in the summers. Um, I now walk with arm crutches. And just the other day, someone said that I was inspiring, and I didn't know how it sat with me. I felt proud, and then I also felt like, is that like a like double-sided comment? Like, because I'm disabled and accomplished something that makes me inspiring, would you be inspired by someone who worked hard and accomplished their goals and dreams who didn't have a disability? What's the difference, or is how much of a difference is there? Does there have to be a difference? Our society kind of paints a picture that there is a difference. Um, and I don't think there should be. We're all just trying to live our lives, and I can't speak for anyone but myself with disability, because disability is ever changing and ever growing, and everyone has their own set of circumstances and things that they go through. So I'm just kind of talking through my experience, and coming from a small town, I was lucky to have five other friends, eventual friends, that have cerebral palsy as well. So I was able to have kind of a built-in friend group that kind of related to me in a way. But I know, excuse me, and I don't plan on editing these, so I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. Um, but I had a kind of a built-in friend group that I was able to, relate to and vent to and get things to. But I know a lot of people don't have that, and that's some of the goal of having a video like this, is just to kind of create a community where we can openly talk about disability and the things that we go through without feeling judged. Um, but even then, with my built-in community, I didn't realize. Well, I knew it was there, really, but I didn't use it until I was in high school. So I felt very isolated um, in elementary school, grade school, and up until really my junior year of high school, um, because I just felt, or I let my disability become, all of me, not just part of me. And now I realize that disability does not define me as a person, it's just part of who I am. You know, when people see me, though, a lot of times, that was the thing in high school, I was like popular with no friends because everybody knew me as the kid with, arm crutches. They knew my name, but they didn't know me. They didn't know what I liked. They didn't know the kind of music that I listened to, what kind of person I really was, books I read. Sorry. House phone's ringing. Um, Hopefully my parents will get that. Uh, but yeah, I just wanted to make this because I just think saying somebody's an inspiration is also it's a good thing, because I like inspiring people, allowing people to learn and grow from me. But at the same time, I want people to realize that, like, we shouldn't inspire you because we're living our lives with disability. Or I guess people don't realize that, that's what we have to do. If we want, like, disability, we work through it, we figure out what we need to do to get what we want done. It's not as if, you couldn't do the same things with the same disability. Like, disability makes you have to work maybe harder, but you can still accomplish it. And I feel like a lot of people tend to think that disability makes you less, or you're not able to accomplish as much as a temporarily able-bodied person. And I say temporarily able-bodied because, as I learned in my sociology of disability class, um, that disability can really happen to anyone. And just because you don't have one now doesn't mean you won't deal with one later. Life is full of unexpected curveballs and things, so um, I really think we need to break down the stigma of disability, because everyone really thinks disabled means, you're older, you're elderly. I'm 24 and I've been living with cerebral palsy my entire life, and a lot of people say, "Well, you're too young to have to deal with that." Well, it's just the cards I was dealt. I don't know any differently than working and living with cerebral palsy. And I just think we need to break that down. Like, disability doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be this, taboo subject with a huge stigma, and people, are very judgmental. And I think we just need to talk about it more to, break those walls down, break the barriers down. I'm sorry for my questionable camera work. Just what you wanted to see. But I really think that disability doesn't have to be a scary thing, and my goal, hopefully, is to make this video and more videos talking about my experiences with disability, and maybe people will relate, and maybe that will give confidence to other people. But I don't know how I feel. I like being called an inspiration, but it's very interesting to know, like, how, when people say that I'm an inspiration, am I inspiring because I achieved my goals and I worked hard to do it, or because I did it while also being disabled? Because people need to realize that being disabled doesn't mean you can't achieve what you want to achieve. It may prevent or provide extra obstacles, but anything is possible. Well, I shouldn't say anything, because I'm not going to learn to fly. Maybe fly an airplane, but I'm not going to gain the superpower of flying. But I don't know. It just kind of, it didn't sit well with me at the time when someone were like, "You were an inspiration." Well, thank you. But at this, it didn't sit quite well with me. So I thought maybe I'd see if there was anyone else that kind of doesn't always know how to take being called an inspiration. I'm happy to if I do something that inspires someone to do or chase their dreams, or do it, something that they've always wanted to do or thought they couldn't do. But it, and I just want to apologize ahead of time, just because, I'm not doing this specific video with anything at plan. This was really me just kind of, having a topic in my head and picking up my phone, putting the video camera on, and seeing what came out. I hope that maybe if I decide to do other videos, that maybe they'll be a little more organized. Maybe I just kind of wanted to be honest, and open and as real as possible. I don't want to be someone that like spews or feels like you're at a sermon. I just wanted to really have an open and honest conversation about disability. And I thought, well, would YouTube be a good place for that to start? And I think it can be. So hopefully this will be the first of many videos. I don't know how long I'll go. Maybe it'll be like TikTok and it was fun for a while, but then it kind of disappeared. But I'm hoping that, we build a family and a community where we can openly talk about what we go through with disability and our specific circumstances and what we go through and how we deal, and we can all learn from each other, because just because I've lived with a disability for almost 25 years doesn't mean that I know everything. I still have plenty to learn and know. I have a very limited knowledge of the disability community, and maybe this will help me just as much as anyone else that watches this video and feels good, or just learns something, or just feels better by watching it. So I appreciate the time you took to watch this video, and I hope to see you and hear from you in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.